What's up, Cholos? This is Gustavo, Adolfo, Uribe here. Thanks for coming to my channel, Life of Cholo. And I'm really excited today because I'm going to share with you guys latest updates. Straight to the point, I got hired. I got a new job in web development 2 weeks after I graduated boot camp. So I'm really excited. It's a design agency, or excuse me, it's a digital agency in Malibu, and they do a lot of different stuff, business websites, marketing, um, all kinds of stuff, right? So I'll give you my background, and I'll give you what I did to get hired, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so that's the trajectory of this video. Okay, so first of all, it's my first web development job, and I have no prior experience of tech stuff, of web development stuff. Um, and I was an administrative assistant at the Santa Barbara Independent. It was an award-winning newspaper in Santa Barbara, and I was there for like about 3 years. And towards the end, I decided to switch careers, um, and because I heard that the web developers make a lot more money, so I was like, you know what, Sasuke, let me do that. Let me switch lanes here. I did take a web design class at Cal Arts, and I liked it, so I was like, you know what, this is more my alley. I do music; that's my main passion, but this could bring the dough. So you know what I'm saying. Um, uh, so yeah, so I quit my job like a month before. I attended a boot camp in Salt Lake City called V School. It was 3 months. We did the MERN stack, and then I finished October 5th, just like very recently. And then I got settled in, moved to LA, found a room in Glendale, and then got settled in, finished my portfolio, and then started applying to jobs the next week. So the late Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday hit it hard. Got a phone call or email Tuesday. Did the interview Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they offered me a position on Friday. So I'm doing a video to share with you guys. So for all you people who are like, you know what, I'm not sure about boot camp, or I don't know, whatever, my first job, whatever. I honestly don't think you need to go to a boot camp to get web development work. That's not necessary, but but um, it does give you a nice starting point. You know what I'm saying? You get exposed to all kinds of stuff. I didn't know like anything about web development except for like HTML and CSS. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm actually doing on this job, it's just to set your expectations. It's a foot in the door. I'm going to treat this like a second boot camp, and basically they're giving me an opportunity to catch up. So they don't really have time to teach me. I got to hit the ground running. They want me to do WordPress templates. It's part time, 3 days a week right now. Very, very modest pay. But if I can prove to them that I can get the work done, then they'll give me more hours, and then they'll put me on more like harder projects. So like maybe some React stuff, some what's the name of that? Let me see. It's a specific name. Progressive web apps. Progressive web apps. They want me to do that too. So they do have like more harder projects, but I need to be able to do this work. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's great. So I got it's like a 3 month trial. So I got I'm doing my plural site tutorials right now. Trying to learn as much as I can about WordPress. The test they gave me was pretty much turn this JPEG image into a WordPress file, WordPress template, and I didn't know how to do that. Like I got it like to work with HTML, CSS, got it kind of in the ballpark, but it was like, all right, well, let's give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? So like, all right, cool, cool. Um, so yeah, so let me show you now. I'm screen recording. I'm gonna show you what I did. Yeah, like, so first of all, let me show you my skill level so you guys can get context. So the Cholo 3000, that's my portfolio, and here we go, Cholo 3000, folks. Um, and I have a background in music, hip hop. Went to Cal Arts for my master's. Here's my um, projects that I'm putting on my portfolio. Here's my skills, my education, phone number, email, and some social media links. And I wanted to go with like a magazine layout for this portfolio. It's responsive. I'm very proud of it. I think it looks cool, and it's very clean and to the point. Um, but yeah, so this is what I should do. Like, as soon as I got in there, like, all right, show us what you got. So I first started with this one, this wine food. This is a full stack app, Mern Stack. So it's on Heroku right now, hosted on Heroku. Excuse me, let me get some tea. I don't know why it's taking so long to load, but for whatever, it takes a long time to load. Okay, so cool. Search a favorite cuisine and match it with the right wine. So this, ironically, if you've seen my earlier videos, my concept was I want to have a website where you can pick a food and it'll tell you what wine matches with it, or vice versa, right? So for my admissions project for V School, I tried to do that, but they're like, no, that's too hard for right now. Just make a button, and I had like what kind of wines you like, white wines or red wines, and then it like generate like a list with a add event listener button. And this is like, it actually, I was able to create my vision in school. And so yeah, so you click wine, say you want a Pinot, boom, and then it tells you what pairings it goes with. You could edit it, and submit, delete, um, and I'll show you that it works. Test for video, submit, and then I'll go to all, and then where is it? Test for video. So it's right here, and I could say more test, submit, and description more test, right? And if I want to delete it, I can delete it. So let's say I want to delete this one, just delete this one. See, delete. And so yeah, so that's pretty cool. This is responsive as well, but I'm gonna just keep going through this. And I showed him my ghetto stopwatch. This one, let's see, Google. It's modeled after the Google stopwatch. So I thought this was really cool. This is the Google stopwatch, full screen. Then it goes there. This is the ghetto version. It's the ghetto version, folks. Yeah. And this one was made with React and Redux. And Redux is overkill for this project, but it was for practice. And then look at this. Bam, 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 bam. Responsive, cholo. Hell yeah. Ya tú sabes, Holmes. Ya tú sabes. So that was cool. And they're like, why'd you put a ghetto stopwatch? You think that was funny? And I was like, I have a sick sense of humor. So anyways, whatever. So we got that. And then I showed them this. And this was modeled after CSS zengarden.oops.com. So this is an actual website for learning how to do CSS, and it's responsive, as you can see, and it was made with like CSS version 1 and 2 or something like that, and this project was to recreate it. So I recreated it. This is my version. As you can see, it's almost identical. and it's responsive. And I did it using a grid. So this is a grid, and then this is another grid right here. So two grids on top of each other. And the reason I did that was because this, I don't know, it was like the background image. It was like, I don't know. It was really tough. So this project, believe it or not, took me like a couple of days of really really hard work, and I had to learn like a lot of CSS along the way, to get my CSS skills down. So I showed them that. I didn't show them my Star Horse, but I probably should have. This is my Star Horse Ultimate Star Wars database. You could check it out. A lot of stuff I stole this from a code pen, and it's connected to Star Wars APIs. And yeah, man. And so, anyways, you could check it out, and it gets the information from the Star Wars API. So I'm pretty. This was one of the API projects, so that was cool. Um, and yeah, man. So that's my portfolio. So you know where my skills levels is. Some of you might be more advanced and be like, "Yo, that's trash," or some of you might not be at this level and be like, "Wow, that's really good." So if you can get to this ballpark, I think that you have a good chance to get your foot in the door like I did. So there it is, boom. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna show you how I actually got the job. I got it pretty quickly, so I mean I just moved to LA like, and then I got a job that week. You know what I'm saying? Like when I started applying, so it's pretty cool. Um, because some people it takes them when they graduate, boot camp. It's like some of them take like 2 to 6 months, right? But obviously they're uh, probably not my type of. It's probably like a different job or something like QA or like full stack or front end, whatever. I'm just gonna say this right off the bat. No, actually, I'll save that for my final thoughts. I'll save that for my final thoughts. Okay, so this is JobTrack.io. It's really cool, and I definitely recommend it. I applied to like maybe around 30 plus jobs, and you could put the information on where you got it, blah 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 blah, and just keep track of it. So that's cool. Um, Definitely use that. I recommend using that for your job search, just to keep track of everything. So the first thing I did, and I'll show you exactly what I did. First of all, I went to Google Tech Recruiters Los Angeles, and then there was a Yelp, and I just went down the list, and called Workbridge and JobSpring and got in touch with some people, and they were like, you know what, we don't have any like junior stuff. We do have web dev stuff, but you need more experience. We're looking for someone like 2 years experience. And honestly, man, I'm not ready to get those jobs anyway, so I have a lot of work to do. So that's cool. I'm like, that's cool. I'll just try to find a junior role like somewhere else, right? So then I went to AngelList.co, looked through their jobs. You just search. This is more like tech, like startups and stuff. Looking jobs. Okay, that's not. What the hell? Startup jobs. Okay. So find a job. Okay. I don't know why it's. I guess I gotta log in here, folks. So, anyways, you could get the gist of it. They have different things that you could apply for. So I did that. Like I found like 5 or 6 that matched what I was looking for. Then I actually went to Craigslist, by the way, and this is how I got this job here. So you can just go web development, and all kinds of stuff pops up. All kinds of stuff. Um, I mean, it's crazy. Like, um, then you, then I went to, Googled like how to apply for Craigslist. So like, I found this cool website that showed you like how to write a good cover letter. So like, this is the cool one. It's like, hey, thugga thugga thug, really casual, and then here's my three things why you should hire me, and then boom. Versus like really, like formal robot, like, dear sir, please accept this letter, blah 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 blah. As a recent MBA graduate, blah 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 blah, and like no one cares. Like the way that it just doesn't, it's not persuasive. It's very like scientific almost. And it's kind of like verbose. Like, look at, I look forward to discussing employment opportunities with you in the near future. I am available for an interview at your earliest convenience. Thank you in advance for your consideration. It's like, obviously, you're applying. You don't have to sound so like book nerdy. So like whatever. So I copied this template, all right, and by doing so many, I developed a template of my own. I mean, of what my snippets were. So I have like, look, my basic template. Hi, I would love to work for X job for Y position at, or I would love to work for blah 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 for blah 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 as a blah blah blah, right? And here's the top three reasons why you should consider me for the position. Um, and then here's a snippet of my work and attaches my resume. So like I would look through here, which skills match the job that tailor fit, and then I would send it through. So here's the actual email that I sent for that position, junior program position. Super hungry for this. I added that, like, super hungry for this. Like, try to sell that shit, cholo. You know what I'm saying? Um, so hi, I would look to work for your company as a junior programmer. Here's the top three reasons you should consider me for the position. So like I put my snippets, and then here's my portfolio, and then bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually like as I started to apply for these Craigslist jobs, like you get your cover letter template, and it's like you don't have to spend too much time um, because it's a numbers game. So just like spray and pray, whatever. But this worked. I got an email back the next day. It was like, "Hey, you ready, available to talk?" Hell yeah, okay. And then I went in the next day after that. So that's yeah. And then the other ones that, of course, you can go to Indeed.com. If you've never seen this, they have a whole bunch of stuff. Glendale, Arizona. What the hell? And you can like Los Angeles. And the cool thing about Indeed is like once you start signing up for stuff, like it'll like kind of put you in the system, and it'll just like keep giving you stuff in your email too. So, and you can be like really specific, like this is very generic, but you can get real down. Like if you're like, well, I want to do like, just React, like React developer, like full stack developer, um, and there's like just a bunch of jobs out there, man. Like for real, dude. Like this is for real. Um, the Glassdoor is another one. If you guys haven't heard of Glassdoor, they have a lot of stuff too. So like the thing is, it's like there's this is kind of like Indeed too. So my point is like you gotta hit like all of the like spray and pray, right? So like the recruiters have accounts, right? Craigslist, they're gonna be job postings that may not be on Indeed, may not be on Glassdoor, may not be through the recruiter. There's gonna be stuff on Angel.co, that's startups that may not be on these other ones. So like these different um what I'm saying, different lanes that you could go to. And I will say that like if you I did go to the boot camp, learn the MERN stack, study the MERN stack, and like if you're thinking watching this video, you're like, hey man, okay, I'm gonna do my final thoughts here. If you're thinking like, hey man, like you spent 15 grand to work at a part-time WordPress. Like, um, that is true. But the thing you gotta remember is that like I'm completely switching my career path, and if you think that um, it's not really a big deal, you just gotta get your foot in the door because I'm gonna show you something right here. If you think WordPress is a joke, let me just show you real quick. WordPress, right? WordPress full stack avenue expert needed, right? Look at this. Pay is 70,000 per year. So that's pretty good for doing WordPress. So like, don't scoff at this stuff, bro. Like I can, it's like you don't know, like 3 months, 6 months, a year, I'll be making good money. Trust me on that. Um, so you just gotta get your foot in the door, get your resume up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like any other thing. Like you can't don't think that you're gonna go to the boot camp and go straight to the 100K. You might have to put some work in. That being said, like I said in my other video, uh, in my opinion, there's three types of students that go to boot camps. All right, there's the students that have no experience, and when they come out, they don't finish the projects, their portfolios are trash, and they still don't get it. Okay, then there's like no hope for them unless they like study for another 3 to 6 months, right? Then there's the second tier, the average, you know, that's where I'm at. And it's like you're not a complete, you're not complete starting from zero. You have a little bit of experience, a little bit of aptitude. So I did a web design class like 5 years ago, and I was practicing before I went to the boot camp for like, it was like 3 months and then the boot camp. You know what I'm saying? So I was like really like, working at it. Um, then there's the top tier, like the top guys in the class or top guys and gals in the class. So those are the ones that they might have a CS degree already, right? And they're just, rounding out their education because when you do CS degree, they don't do web development. You know what I'm saying? You learn about like IT and programming fundamentals and blah blah blah, but they don't do like, hey, like make a WordPress website or make a web app or something like that. They don't really do like real world stuff. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from the consensus of what I heard. So they might already have a CS degree, um, or they might already have experience. They might have already have learned some other languages, and they're just want to learn, React or something, or they would just want to get some connections, or maybe they've already done freelance, maybe they've already done WordPress sites or something like that. So those are those types of people that go to the boot camp, and when they come out, they're gonna hit the ground running, and they should be able to get, 60 to 100K, six-figure job, like within 3 months. Like they should probably get that. You know what I'm saying? But that's like you gotta take like the amount of time, the amount of experience, right? So not every boot camp is the same. They're not all good. Um, but if you find a decent one, then they should at least get you closer to what you want to do. And just throwing some food for thought. I just went to like a meetup like few days ago. It was like JSLA or LAJS or something, and there was some like Hack Reactor students there, and they were like finishing their thing, and they were talking about like what did they say? They were sharding databases and stuff, and I was like, what? I was like, what, bro? And they were like talking about like different back end languages, like it was like back end, like they were nothing, bro. They seem like pretty sharp, dude. So um, it just kind of depends, like what boot camp you go to. I know that Arc Reactor is harder to get into because I tried to get into that, and I was just like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Um, so what I'm trying to say is that um, don't put all boot camps into a category. They're just like schools, universities. You know, different ones do different things, and some are better than others. Some instructors are better than others, um, and it's up to you. Like if you want to pay that amount of money, but you're gonna really shorten the learning time, you know, to 3 months, right? And you might need to do some work before and after, but it's you're gonna get a really like boom right there, like in 3 months. So or you could just learn on your own, you know, learn on your own and don't go to boot camp. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, it's like, what I'm trying to say is that it's just a way of learning. Like if you want to get at work in this web dev stuff, like you're gonna have to learn somehow. So sometimes the videos I watch on YouTube like really slam them, really slam the boot camps, and I'm like, I don't think that's quite fair either. There's a place for them. There's a definite market for that. Um, it's not the best way, not the worst way. It's just a way, you know, a way to get to where you want to go. So, anyways, I hope that's helpful. I hope so. Give it a thumbs up if you think this video was helpful to you, or if it wasn't, then give it a thumbs down and call me trash, bro, on the video in the comments. I don't care, whatever. I'm doing these videos for just to, you know, document my life and see how it goes. It's fun. I like making videos. So, anyways, thanks for watching.